All right, good people. How we doing? Welcome to the Weed Squad presents Montez at Midday. I'm your host, Dre Montez, and I am joined today by the talented local talent, Miss Jessica Whitfield, author of The Streets of St. Louis, joining us today on the show.
Yay.
There you go. There you
Thank
go.
you, St. Louis.
How you doing, young lady?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for the invite.
No problem at all. No problem at all. You know, as I told you guys this year, I was going to concentrate on reaching out with more people locally that are doing things on the right path, trying to show off their work. And she seems to be doing that with her latest book, The Streets of St. Louis. Can you tell us a little bit about the book?
Well, I started writing in a book about 3 years ago. It's definitely a real St. Louis story. I wrote it with a little St. Louis accent. I kept the hoods, the streets, the St. Louis lingo. So when they get out of town, they can know how we talking over here. But it's definitely real. Like it definitely captures St. Louis. Like probably the worst part of St. Louis, but it still captures it. So
What
I
do you
think that's
consider
why it
the worst? What do
connects.
you consider the worst part of St. Louis?
I would say I did probably write about the worst part of St. Louis just to make it interesting. Like I don't know if all of St. Louis is exactly this scandalous. Is as scandalous as the book? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's
Must be that
definitely
West
a
Side.
good read, interesting storyline.
Is it the West Side that you depicted in there?
You say what?
Is it the West Side in there that you depicting a lot of in the book?
It's actually based off the north side for
On the
real.
North Side. Okay.
I shouted out the west side and the south side in there, like, cause there's a lot of little name dropping hoods that I just randomly just threw in there just to make it St. Louis. You know what I'm saying?
You gave some street credit out there, then, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a little,
So
little
what
something
is what
like that.
inspired this book? What inspired this book?
It was I I knew a lot about the guys that was out here running the streets and stuff, and it always seemed to end badly, and they stories and personalities connected in a way that I was able to make it into like basically a movie, because when you read the book it's so visual, because I like captured like really kind of their voice, their personality, their whole persona, to the point where like when you read it, you feel like you could get to know them.
So you
Actually
captured the
see it.
whole essence of the neighborhood, the street life, the whole thing. So that book feels like you're reading a movie that's playing out right in front of you, so to speak, huh?
Sorry, babe. It's so long. My bad. But go ahead. What you
I said
say?
that book is you really captured the true essence of that neighborhood and just laid
I
it all out.
definitely
It was like a
did.
movie, so to speak, as you're reading it.
Yeah, I definitely captured the essence of the neighborhood, like to a T. Like even describing it visually, like I made sure like like the street itself that I was talking about was visual enough for you to actually see it when you read it for sure.
Now, is there? Now we've seen in every movie we've seen depicting the hood or the street lifestyle. There's always a love story. Do we have a love story in this one?
Yeah, it's a lot of sex in the book. It's
The
definitely a
look on
love
your
story.
face,
It's several. Like
the look on
it's a
your face is
couple.
like you saw Santa for the first time.
It's a lot of
They
different
banging in this
scenarios.
book.
It's
They
different
getting it in
scenarios.
hood style and all. Okay, all right, you got us now.
It's some type of St. Louis love in the book, and if you
Okay, all
read it,
right.
you probably want to stay the fuck away from.
You can't read this book on your lunch break. Miss Shirley gonna know you over there blushing too much.
Right.
Where can they pick up this book at? Is it just online? Is it somewhere local they can grab it at?
You can actually get the book off Amazon, Amazon Prime. They got it on Kindle. Follow the Streets of St. Louis on Instagram. It's the Streets of St. Louis, all one word, underscore. The profile picture is the picture of the book. So this will pop right up too. Definitely follow the growth with me, because you never know where it's gonna go. Everything start from somewhere.
I'm sharing it on my page right now so folks can get a first-hand peek at it on Amazon right there. So you can grab the book right there, folks. If it's your first time tuning in, don't forget you can follow us on Facebook, Dre Montez, Instagram, Who's to Blame the Podcast, Twitter, at W2B Dre Montez, Facebook page for our podcast, Who's to Blame. And don't forget, we just posted our latest podcast episode 474. Hey, MLB. In other words, hey, Major League Baseball. We got this work stoppage going on. We're just going to let you know we're still here as fans. I got the Miss Talented Jessica Whitfield on, St. Louis's own local author, getting it in. This your first book?
Yes, it's definitely my first book. Yeah.
And I'm getting the sense from the streets. This
Yeah.
book is
Well, it's not based off me, like
no.
so
I didn't say that. I said based on the streets of St. Louis and the people.
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure.
It's
yeah,
getting
it's
a lot of thumbs up.
100% the streets of St. Louis. Y'all will like it. It's definitely a good read.
They're a good critic crew. They let you know if shit working or not working very fast. Very fast. They're honest.
Thanks.
So the book is on Amazon. How long has it been out?
You say how long has it been out?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm having like technical issues here.
I said, how long has your book been out?
The book came out August 16th. And I already sold over 1,400 copies, like by hand. That's not including my Amazon sales, but I do have about $500 worth of Amazon sales. The Amazon sales only go for like $5 a book. So like, I guess that's pretty good for Amazon. Like not, I don't have to do no shipping or packing and handling and none of that. So I'm appreciative for Amazon. Definitely look me up on Amazon. And if you see me in the streets, just holler at me because I always got them on deck.
She always carries a book with her. That is definitely the streets of St. Louis. Right there, Miss Jessica Whitfield, ladies and gentlemen. Right there, get it out. She's going to hang around with us here for a second as we talk about not so much as the Super Bowl yet. We're going to do that Friday at 2 p.m. We're doing a show at Friendly's in South City this Friday at 2 p.m. If you're in the area, stop on by, grab a late lunch, start the vacation early because nobody is going to work on Monday. Well, I noticed this the other night and just reading and seeing what the trend is right now in sports. I think there's a shift going on big time in women's college basketball. UConn had all the smoke. They got the recruits. They got the big television coverage. They had everything going their way. But something happened between Baylor, South Carolina, Texas. They're not taking it no more. They are rebuilding for the future. And I wonder if my female basketball fans out there, as I have a cousin that attends Fontbonne, she's a Bonnie, number 23, Courtney White out there. I'm wondering, are you women out there taking heed and notice to this shift that's coming up in sports? Jessica, do you follow women's college basketball at all?
My daughter is actually a big basketball fan. She actually plays in her high school down there Phoenix. But I don't really know too much about it. Me and my daughter are really different. I just want to support her, whatever she want to do,
Yes.
But it's empowering, yes.
You got
I'm
a
definitely
kid in
down
high
for
school. Shocking. Wow.
You say what?
You didn't look like you were old enough to be out of high school. Better yet, having a kid in high school.
Oh, thank you. That's so flattering. I'm actually 32.
What?
I have a
White don't crack.
15-year-old daughter.
We do. Go, girl.
Thank you.
32 in the building.
And a 1-year-old son, so I started all over again.
Go now. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You got a new book and a baby.
They came out around about the same time, too.
There it is right there. Look at that.
Thank you.
Got the double whammy right there. But I'm noticing the gift out there. But, man, that's awesome. So you got your own little home entertainment going on, so to speak. Because since COVID, people have been finding creative ways to entertain themselves at home.
Yeah.
Do anything out of the ordinary or not considered the norm that you do for home entertainment?
I understand. That is definitely a good point. Like I definitely think the book will be useful. Like, everybody want to stay in and be germ free. I am going to let you know that I'm having like such a hard time hearing you, and I cannot hear a lot of what you're saying. I'm really trying
to volume up on your
play
end.
It off, huh?
You got to turn the volume up on your end.
I did, on my I thought that I did, and I
You got
mean, it's,
headphones plugged in and don't know it?
you say what?
You got headphones plugged in and don't know it?
I don't have headphones. Maybe it's because is it because this is on my phone and not a laptop? Do you think that's the reason?
Just turn your phone volume up. It should be
No,
fine.
that's what I'm saying. My phone volume is all the way up.
Huh. Is that an Android?
No, this iPhone.
It should be turned right up. It should just go right in.
That's what I'm saying. That is so weird.
Yeah, that is.
I was That's why I was hoping it was something on the mic that like let me like turn it up like on the mic end some type of way, but it's definitely
They
not.
put all these regulations on phones now. They don't want you burning your eardrum up, you cranking the music too loud. They restricted me from getting loud on my phone. So phones are crazy when it comes to volume sometimes.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
but the home entertainment life, it got me on this story because no one is not outside of the video games. Everybody plays PlayStation, Nintendo, and all that stuff. But there are other games being played in the household that are making a real weird connection. People are playing drinking games with TV shows. If they say a certain phrase, you got to do a shot. Uh, they're switching clothes in the middle of a show to keep up with the scene. They're taking points on if you can pick out the murder in the first segment of Law and Order. Just things of that nature that folks have been doing, I think is interesting, especially if you have a big family. You have a big family, you can do stuff like that. But if you live alone or just you and another person, those games right there probably wouldn't make sense to you. You just probably Netflix and chilling at the moment. All right, next up on the schedule here, we got something going on and that's happening again. You probably have noticed this yourself that when you are in the music industry, where you're in television or you're in music, movies or television, you're in that type of field. There's a it's happening again where people are being taken advantage of. And you would think they would have learned from the past. As many documentaries they show us and put out on quote unquote the industry, trying to make it in the fine arts world. Some of the stories are unbelievable. What happened to these people? Like you say to yourself, how they didn't know better or why they didn't know that. And at this time, right now, we have all of this in information highway, and it's going in a way that I just did not see, think of. No one would really want to do or say. It came back a different way. All right, there you are. And people going through the same thing. It's hard to get your script read if you're a certain ethnicity or sex. In music, they're taking advantage of your beat, your lyrics. You don't own anything. You don't know this until you're way down the line in the money, in the negative zone. And in movies, they're trying to categorize what type of roles and dictate what you can play and do. You have some studios saying we're only going to do all women films. You have films over here, we're only going to work with African Americans. But if you're trying to get in the door, you're trying to get in the door, not a seat at the table, but to get in the door. And it just seems as though it's happening again. It's not as easy as it seems, and you would think it would be with all of this technology, but it has made it real hard for people to make it, especially minorities and women. On your end of the world, Jeff, getting a book out there, was that a hard task to go through? Jessica,
Yeah, babe.
was that a hard task getting your book done? Did you learn
Yeah,
some things you wish you had known, or what
it
was
was
it?
challenging because I kept having to put it down. You know what I'm saying? My little brother got killed, and at the end of the process, while I was in the midst of doing like a lot of the editing, and like that whole situation just made editing the book so hard to a point where like it was prolonged for so much longer than it already was, with me going through the whole pregnancy while writing the book and having the baby, and like I had to move to a bigger house, so it was a lot of like, just everyday life tasks that required me to just put the book down for a while, because every time I got in the book, I got like right in the zone. Like, I mean, I would be writing for hours, like up all night till the sun come up, and don't even realize like how long I've been writing. and it just come out, like I wouldn't say it was hard because it definitely came out natural. Like it was something that I was just supposed to do. Like I never really knew what I was gonna write next until I sat down, opened up my notebook, read the last page that I had wrote before I got up and started doing something else. Then I just pick right back up and just flow out. Very natural.
Now, everybody book writing process is not the same. Everybody's going to do this differently or this differently. But if you could give some words of advice to somebody that's trying to get a book out there, what's one thing you could share with somebody you wish you would have known at the beginning?
Um, I would say just keep your patience and yeah, just have patience and confidence that like you'll finish what you started, and it'll be whatever you make it. You know what I'm saying? Like the book ain't gonna sell itself, just like it didn't write itself. So like you just kind of gotta put in the work and just believe in your work. Like if you believe in your work, trust me, other people will believe in it too. Like, cause they'll see it like in you. Like, so I would say just go for it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Like in any field out there, you got your pros and your cons, and you now having a book out there right now, and going through this whole process. Is there something that you wish you would not have had to go through, but you had to go through it anyway? Is there something out of that you got out of this whole process of getting the book done? In the
Oh
writing of the book, not your personal life, but in writing of the book. Like, damn, I wish I didn't have to do that, but I have to do that. It's a part of the process.
man, dude, you don't even know. I got up to like it was definitely a process writing this book because I wrote it by hand, and I wrote it with like the names that I knew.
Okay.
And so after I was done, I had to rewrite it. I had to give everybody a name, rewrite it. And so there was like two times you write in the book, and then after that my aunt typed it up for me, and then I had to edit, behind her because she like a lot more proper than me. And the book got like a lot of St. Louis street slang and stuff. So like
Right.
she fixing stuff that I wrote like that on purpose and shit. So I'm oh my bad. But so I just re-edited behind her. It was a process with that. I mean, and then after I did the first draft and gave a couple books to my sisters or whatever so they could like judge the book before I put it out to the public. They um they said it was too much slang, so I had to tone it down a little bit, had to go back and redo it. It was just a lot of re-editing going
Right.
on. So
That was a big thing at one time in books in the days of uh I say probably mid 80s, early 90s. That was a lot of writing that was done on the Ebonics type of style. That
yeah.
everybody was like hip to that for some reason. That was like the it thing at that time. So I
Mhm.
get what you're saying on that. When you said at the beginning that it's like reading a movie script.
Yeah.
What's the next phase? Is it another book or is it trying to get this on the screen?
It's definitely more of a movie or a show. If they were to make it a movie, they would have to cut a lot of out. I mean, but I would feel like this book is so deep. Like you could cut like the best part out of this book out, and it'll still be like better than like Boys in the Hood or like Menace to Society, Dead Presidents, because it's so real and like raw. But like for as like it going into motion pictures, like I would definitely rather it be a show just so it can linger and like we could get everything. It's a lot of stuff I left out, a lot of stuff I could add, a lot of stuff I could like keep it going. It got a potential to be like power if I like
Okay.
get it into the right hands, but that's what it takes is for me to get it into the right hands. That's why I'm
Have you started your
pushing
second
so
book
hard.
yet?
Hmm.
Have you started your second book yet?
No, no. I'm actually scared to top this. Like it's definitely going to always be like probably like a classic to me or like I feel like I can't focus on something else until I get this where it needs to be.
There you
Where
go.
I know it
There
to
you
go,
go. You're trying to complete this piece of the puzzle before you go on to the next one. I said you're trying
So
to complete this piece of the puzzle before you go on to the next one.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely want to make a name for myself and make this as big as it gets. You know what I'm saying? Like as big as it could go. Like, so I'm just gonna keep going with this. Don't let up. And when I write again, I feel like it will be on a show or a movie or like I feel like when I write, I want people to see it. So like, I would definitely want to step out of like the writing books and more so like movies or shows, basically.
Okay, that's what's up. Nothing wrong with that at all. You're on the right path. You're on the right path for sure.
Yeah.
As I said, I shared her book on my Facebook page. You can check it out. It's on Amazon. Do you have it at any of the local barbershops or hair salons around town?
You say, oh, have I been going to like the barbershops and stuff?
Do they have any of your books out there? Any of them selling
I mean, everywhere selling this book. Like, I mean, the car wash, the gas station, Foot Locker. Like,
You
I
got to get that
mean,
footwork in.
yes, barbershops, bowling alleys, just bar, like endless amount of bars. I know every bar in St. Louis. I swear, like, just everywhere. Like, I literally sold 3 books at my granny funeral. Like, I mean, I
Oh
have
my God.
no
Oh my
chill.
God.
I have no
Oh
chill
my
at
goodness.
all.
That right there is something else. Hey, when you got to do what you got to do, you got to do what you got to do.
I
There's
feel
nothing
like
wrong
she
with that at all.
would be proud. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, in a way.
Granny proud, I tell you that. She is very proud of you right there. For sure.
I wouldn't go to nobody else's granny funeral doing that, but it was my granny, so I was just trying to, make her proud.
There you go. Hey, at least it's your passion. At least it's your passion that you're doing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
definitely, for
You know,
sure.
for sure. A lot of people not working in their passion. They wonder why they keep slipping and sliding. When you get in
Yeah.
that passion, it's a different feel. It just makes you
Uh-huh.
feel perplexed all of the time. Well, young lady, I want to thank you again for being a part of Montez at midday today. We're going to do our
Yeah.
best to show you some love and support for your book that's out the streets of St. Louis. Check it out. It's on Amazon. Get it today. This is the talented Miss Jessica Whitfield. Thank you again for joining the show.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate y'all, St. Louis. I'm gonna make y'all proud. Don't worry. Just give me time. Everything starts from somewhere.
All right, young lady. You have a good one now.
Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all having me.
All right, no problem.
All right.
All right, that was a talented Miss Jessica Whitfield. St. Louis is on. St. Louis is on, good people. Man, the show went by very fast today. But as I said, the shift in sports and women's college basketball, it's a good shift that's coming. You know, when it's lopsided in sports, it doesn't give that water cooler conversation the true discussion that it needs. Does not give it that. And what's the other one? Home improvement, home entertainment. I'm finding these games that families are playing and people that it's more than 3 people live together. These games that they're playing outside of the video game, not just the board game, but putting a twist on the television shows they watch together, the drinking games, the cooking games. Can you guess who voice this is? I think that's a lot of fun when you're having to do some home entertainment because the restrictions are still in place in certain locations, depending on where you're at. Television, music, movies, the arts field is taking a hit again on people are just not getting their true value, not getting their true chance and opportunity to show their work, their love, their passion for something that they truly, truly enjoy doing. And it seems as though this has happened again. And I'm starting to believe what people told me when you're young, you start remembering things when people have told you. It's going to happen every 25 years. It's going to happen every 50 years. It's going to happen every 60 years and so forth and so forth. That's just the way things is and the way things will happen. But in this information age, I would think people do a little bit more homework on what they want to do if you're doing things an unconventional way, the non-traditional way. I would find out as much as possible about it before I get involved. Now, if you're in it for the money, you're going to get ripped off. You're going to get taken advantage of. They're going to make you feel less than anything possible. But if you go in there with a plan and a plan of action, and a summarization of what you're trying to get out of this and how you want to go about it, I think then you can come out a little bit more satisfied, and we can see some more stories coming out for some people from the heart that really mean something, and trying to get their craft out here to the people. But the obstacles to do that is something else behind the scenes. Again, this is Montez at Midday, being brought to you by a title sponsor, the Weed Squad St. Louis. There they are. All right, good people. See you later. Until next time. Join us Friday, 2 p.m. at Friendly's in South City for the Super Bowl show. See you Friday, kids. Peace.